Now we got.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Beer with the Boys. I'm your host, the captain speaking, the butcher, the enforcer, and the rookie in the cut right now. Last week we didn't do it because shit happens. But yo, we were talking about opening up. We were talking about the frog splash. Cause my boy Job here saying the Usos gonna bust their knees doing the frog splash.
Listen, man. I don't know what's going on. The Usos have been doing this a lot lately. Even Montez Ford has done this once or twice. When you're doing a frog splash, where have you ever seen in history where the knees hit the ground first before you hit the body? That ain't right. Like my boy Bryce said, D-Lo was full body spread out. Eddie was full body spread. Like, what are y'all doing? When it needs because you think you're saving yourselves? I feel like you're about to bust your kneecap.
I feel like more is because I don't want to say they're getting lazy. I just feel like they're not putting forth effort into trying to execute it properly. Because again, you gotta think about it like this. Look at it in different companies back and forth, and you can make the debate that in WWE it's kind of a watered down version of the frog splash. But if you look at elsewhere, you start people trying to perfect it, or not perfect it, trying to do their best ways to perform the move to the best of his ability. Like you're saying, like not landing on the knees, but trying to land on your chest and stomach area first.
Right.
Also, you also got to think about the person who's also taking the frog splash, how they're trying to prep themselves. And since the WWE is getting a lot of newer guys, they might not be used to this. So, Usos might have to, land on their knees versus if you say, Kofi and Xavier, they'll be more experienced at how to take the move so the Usos can, perform it better. You got to think about it both ways. Like, okay, he might be doing it sloppy, but how would this person also receive it?
Mm-hmm. And then like I said, people forget about Rob Van Dam's frog splash. That 5-star frog splash. He like he hurt.
That was a full body frog. Yeah, that was a full body frog splash.
You know that he put his full weight into when he spins, when he fucking rolls over after he fucking does it.
I remember the first time he turned in midair. Like I forgot who it was, but he like fuck it, jump and he turned.
Yes, I remember that.
I think I tried that the next day. You gotta set the pillow up on the bed. Like, all right, make sure my Dukes ain't around.
Crazy. So I'm just seeing these things, and it's because like I said, Montez, he does the rollover where he hits the ground. And
for people that don't know or have been out of loop, Montez Ford is one half of the tag team known as Street Profits. They were formerly NXT tag team champions, moved up to the main roster in WWE and won the Raw and SmackDown tag team championship belts.
Yes, but that was really just one time holding the belt because they just didn't exchange with the New
at
Day.
This point doesn't matter at this point anymore.
They probably have in record books that they're both Raw. It's fact, whatever.
Probably.
But yeah, we're going. And for those who are watching, if y'all know who John Morrison is, he recently, because he's no longer WWE, now he's AEW.
No, he's not. He don't have a contract yet.
He doesn't have a contract.
He doesn't have a contract.
Okay, so he appeared on AEW.
He appeared on AEW, yes.
His first time coming out. Now, mind you, he hasn't been gone from WWE that long. He tried to do a frog splash or whatever that was and completely missed the mark. Like, he came up like 3 feet short. I'm like, what is going on with y'all?
I didn't even see that. Y'all got to see that.
Oh, man, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm like, yo, this is Botchamania 2022. Like, what is happening right now? John Morrison is not normally do that.
Morrison's a weird one because he has a parkour background. He knows how to do all this athletic flippy shit. I just personally feel that the ring itself is limiting his ability to do what he normally does.
So I want to apologize, Bryson. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I want to apologize. It was not a frog splash. I think it was a 450. It was a 450.
Oh, and you're talking about the 450.
He came over and he laid on his feet.
When he did the Joe.
Yeah,
he did that to Joe. Yeah,
exactly.
That was garbage. He should have never done that shit in the first place. That
was
garbage.
But no, hold on. I'm sorry. Sorry, Marcus. I didn't mean to cut him off. Please finish, Bryce.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, Morrison's style is using the environment around him to do the flippy shit. but at the same time, it's like he's not really. When he goes from out to in, when he goes from in out the ring is good, but when he's doing in the ring, you can start seeing that it's like he feels contained.
So let's just be honest here. Like John Morrison didn't really have a good in-ring performances sometimes. Like he was kind of at some points throughout his career.
Nah,
like,
when he was when he was Johnny Nitro though.
I feel like AEW, I feel like Lucha Underground was his best in-ring work to me.
Because I think that was his first time being indie, if you want to go that direction, and he could do all the stuff he wanted to do that he couldn't do in WWE. Because they always showed him backstage, oh, he does parkour. Nigga, like, what's parkour? And they show him backstage doing all the flippy shit. And he can do that in Lucha Underground, and it's fucking cool. Now, like, yo, I didn't did it. I don't want to do it no more. So now it stuff look subpar now. Like, he just did that for the check because he knew he wasn't. He probably, I'm not gonna win this match. I'm not gonna do everything crazy because I'm not winning this. So why I want to give damn near hurt myself for these people that I'm not gonna
work for? Yeah.
So transitioning from things, a lot of stuff in the wrestling world have gotten very interesting, very to a point where we can't even tell what's real or fake anymore.
Can we address the elephant in the room first?
Before we start with my world, Joffrey, why don't you start with your world and tell us what's going on backstage?
Because let's hold on, big bro. We just gotta address it. The Sasha Banks. I know that's what you said. You're hitting that, bro. How y'all feeling about that? Because in the beginning, I thought it was a work. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. How they doing?
As did I.
So then I'm like, wait a minute. They really work. Okay, they doing a good job. Then I'm like, this
something's off, right? Something's off. Now, if this is kayfabe, right? If this is fake, if this is just a work, it's
they're doing a good job.
My thing about it, I feel that, and this is weird how I knew that this shit got real, is when Michael Cole and Corey Graves said it on commentary. Because that's not something you don't say to the public live TV.
But they did it with Austin though.
But at the same time, but here's the thing, the only times that they've ever done that are when Owen, may he rest in peace, because we just had the tournament for him. Owen Hart passed away, and when JR had the heart attack. Those are the only two times that they got to break.
That was Kane.
Huh?
Kane with the heart attack.
Yeah, Jerry King Lawler had the heart attack. Those are the only two times that they had to break, the reality and let them know that, hey, shit is real. We got to what's going on.
Right.
Most of the time when stuff like this happen backstage, they keep it under shut. Tuesday morning, hey, this on the bird just happened. But for this situation where then the whole thing is messed up, because the whole reason is because Naomi and Sasha didn't want to go into a Hell in a Cell and lose and feel like, okay, we're a tag team. We're trying to get used to it. We got these titles, and y'all gonna put us in singles matches to lose, and then put us back together, and then drop the titles. That's not how, which I agree with them. That's not how you build a tag team division for your women. So do I fault them for not leaving? No, I don't fault them for leaving, because if you feel that your creative is not, booking y'all in a certain way, and y'all try to go to people, you try to go to Vince, you try to go to the producers, you try to go to John Laurinaitis, and you're all telling you to fix your attitude. We ain't got no attitude problems. We just want to make sure that we can make the best wrestling for women behind us.
Right.
And if we're not going to get that, we just going to bounce. I'm more shocked that Naomi actually went with Sasha.
Hold on, Bryce. Mark, go ahead.
He going to talk about the women's tag team belts and how to throw them in the trash can. That's all he going to say. It's just throw them in the trash can.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
why are we talking about this? It's over with. Like like it's the reason why I'm saying this is because of the fact it's like they was gonna do that anyway. Like they was gonna throw them in singles competitions anyway. Like
Yeah, but the cold part about it is
it wasn't. We're acting like WWE never formed a tag team, and then a couple months later, when it gets steam or something like that, they split up anyway. So it's kind of like I wasn't really surprised.
But
Like
that's the problem. Sasha and Naomi didn't have any steam. They just
see,
won the
He
title.
didn't.
Ain't
All they
done
just-
nothing
yeah.
with them.
hold on. Here's the one thing I want to say about this whole thing before I forget. Now, this wouldn't be an issue for me if something like this didn't happen before. We know Sasha is I'm gonna say what I gotta say, throw a fit or whatever, because we heard stories about her doing this. Stuff like this is tied to her. She's done stuff like this before. So I'm not surprised. So this people, oh, this is a work, could it be a shoot, could this whatever? I'm like, if this didn't happen before, I probably like, yo, this probably a work, but this is probably some real shit. But then it makes Naomi look bad because people are like, yo, Sasha manipulated her. Like, I don't know, no, I don't never met Naomi, never spoke to her, don't know her from a hole in the wall, never spoke to her. So I don't think she's that kind of person. Like, yo, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm gonna walk out too. But at the same time, Naomi is good because look who her husband is, look who her cousin-in-law is, look who her brother-in-law is. Look, she good, so she can leave and do whatever. Sasha can leave and do whatever. So it ain't, and then they heard their contract supposed to be coming up anyway, so they're not hurting for nothing. But it's just like saying, like Marcus says, like they was gonna split them up, put them in singles matches, and have them lose anyway. Then it's back to the drawing board. So now it's like, what's the purpose of these titles? Go ahead, brother.
that money, they was gonna turn Sasha heel anyway. Sasha cannot stay a babyface for longer than probably a couple months, and she's gonna be out for a couple months and then come back a heel and probably trade on Naomi anyway. So it's kind of like they're gonna do the same storyline with Sasha anyway. So it makes no sense to me. I love the fact that they was a tag team because of the fact of when we did have the women's division, the Divas Evolution and stuff. They had Team Bad and stuff like that. Whatever. But they were just gonna do it anyway. So I'm kind of like, I'm not surprised. Like, and them walking out, I'm kind of like, okay, y'all walked out.
Okay, now hold on. I agree with all these points. Now here's the thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around. Okay. So yes, Sasha does this on a regular. All right. It's actually quite annoying, but I think it seems like she's like one of the first people to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go and take 3 months off because I need to get my mental together multiple times in her career. So it's like, all right, they let her do it. Why? Because she's the moneymaker, right? She's using her power. Naomi, I feel, doesn't have that same juice, right?
There you go. That's all I was trying to say. Thank you.
Naomi doesn't have that same juice, and just because her husband is one of the Usos does not mean she has any juice. My thing here is the reason why I'm realizing how real this is because they both went silent on social media for one. Now I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's a work or not, but it's real tight how they doing it. Like it's real, like whatever they doing, you're starting to get concerned. But to Marcus's point, this Sasha does turn heel on whoever she tags with. She gives them whoever she's with, she gives them a little gas, like she's doing Naomi, and then she turns on them, which really turns up her own gas because everybody knows that she is a two-faced little somebody, right? That's her character. So for her to be like, Naomi, we out of here, something's off about that, right? Marcus already said, let's scrap these tag titles because when we counted, there's like what 24 women and 24 women on the roster on the main roster, right? There's another 20 some odd in NXT, but the main roster is like 24 between Raw and SmackDown. Okay. If you're going to do a tag team championship, who are you going to tag? There's no one to tag because everybody wants the Raw Women's Championship or the SmackDown Women's Championship. If you take some of those women and put them together going against the tag teams, you have nobody fighting for the women's titles on either brand. So because of that, why have the tag team titles at all? So the only way to do that, of course, this is why I thought it was a work, was because let's have them act special and then leave and be suspended indefinitely and then have a tournament and say, no, we're not going to do a tournament. We're just not going to mess with it at all. And now the tag team titles are no longer on television, even though no one really cared about them anyway, for real. So once they fade off into whatever, if Naomi or Sasha comes back and they don't have titles in their hands, no one's like, they're going to question it for a week and then it's going to be like, well, it is what it is.
So quick question. So what, like, about Sasha and Naomi, right? You talking about Naomi not having the gas or the juice like Sasha does, but we got to realize, like, Naomi been in the game for a good minute, a hot minute, and the
I'm
fact
gonna answer that question.
That you put her in a tag team with Sasha, because we all get that she's stuff like that, but we brought this up in outside of the Beers with the Boys. She should have been in a more serious line, like the bloodline situation. They should have put her in that instead of anything else, because I felt like the bloodline now has so much steam that it really could have boosted her. Because
no one would lose from being in the bloodline right now.
But
Tammy is not losing, and he's a bloodline affiliate right now.
I'm gonna say this.
But hold on, Bryce. You gotta keep in mind they tried to do that with Naomi when she was part of Team Bad, but Team Bad wasn't winning anything. The only person that was winning in Team Bad was Sasha.
No,
hold on, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
See, with Naomi, going back to what you were saying about her being there long, just because she was there long doesn't mean she has any pull. Sasha just has. She came in with funk on her. That funk was for the four horsewomen. So you coming in off the back of Charlotte Flair. Not saying that's a bad thing, not downplaying her skill. So you got juice, already got funk on you. So then you already high profile fuse with Charlotte. Naomi never was high profile. She was never must see TV.
She was always a face. She was like ever since.
Yeah, she was. She wasn't.
Sorry.
Again,
I was yelling at somebody. Go ahead.
I bet say, are we ignoring Team Bad when she was a heel with
No,
Tamina?
but see, nobody took Team Bad seriously though.
Nobody. The reason they didn't take Team Bad seriously because there was like two other groups that was full of threes. It was the what's it called?
PCB.
The Page group, the Page group that she
PCB.
had. The Team Bad, and then you had the Horsewomen. Like they was all doing this.
Oh, you had the Bella Twins.
Yeah, there was this little triple faction thing that was going on.
So
you
it's
can't
like,
take none of them serious.
But then when you finally push Naomi, it's like when you finally push Naomi, it's too late. But people got behind her. But still, who at the top? The four horsewomen. So it's kind of hard, like to get your foot in the door to be must see person with. But then at that time, the Usos weren't the Usos. Let's be real. The Usos are not the Usos that they are now.
Right.
You know,
what was that thing song? I'm on top. And then about
back when Team Bad was going, they were still face paint Usos.
So
yeah.
All right, if Simone's gonna be on y'all ass, y'all better stop.
Nah, listen. All respect to the Samoans, everybody, Pacific Islanders who do the Haka Day. Sorry, respect. Nothing but respect. What I'm saying right now is Naomi's a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion. She deserves more respect.
She does.
That's just a fact. Now, like you said, the four horsewomen who are still on the top. Low key, Naomi, is supposed to be where Bianca is right now. For a black woman at the top and that level, just the whole demeanor of Bianca was Naomi before Bianca got there. Minus the superhero strength that Bianca has. Okay, cool. She picking up Dewdrop. Cool. She picking up, what's his name? What's Big Boy name?
Tucker.
Otis, not Tucky, Otis. She had Otis on her shoulder, which is crazy. But
That's a big boy.
it's a big boy. But the point I'm making is, like you said, Naomi never really got the juice. That when she was a SmackDown Women's Champion, it was like interim championship. She didn't have it for very long, and she was holding it for who? One of the 4 horsewomen. We know this.
Sasha.
So, but see, I think what was happening was the storyline between Naomi and Sonya was trying to put more light on Naomi, and of course Sonya being the heel at the time, which I think she still is. But they was trying to give Naomi some more gas, and by making her look like the victim, so she can get more cheers. Naomi's never really got any bad blood from the audience, other than being a part of Team Bad. But that's just because it was just Team Bad. So they tried to give her the push during that time, and I think Sasha was supposed to come in to give her more of a push by saving her. Why they put him in a tag team situation? Because what was it, Ronda? I think it was Ronda. Sonya tag with Ronda or whatever.
Yeah.
And that whole situation kind of just really just blew up in their faces, because really all that was to gas up Sonya and to gas up Ronda.
Hold on,
I have a fact check. She didn't drop the title to Charlotte. She dropped the title to Natalya, who dropped it to Charlotte.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All
but
right.
that goes back to what I'm
Still
saying.
the same thing. Still the same thing, because even with Natalya is a part of the Hart Dynasty. They got to give her something.
But see, here's my thing though. When it comes to pull, we gonna look at who got more pull, Naomi or Sasha. Sasha can afford to show her ass and not get a slap on the wrist. You want to have a temper tantrum, cool. Yes, we can say, oh, she's the Rock. Naomi related to the Roman, who's related to the Rock, yada yada yada. Vince could get rid of Naomi if he wants to, but he won't. But in this situation, if he had to let one go, I'm just saying he may go with Naomi, because Sasha draws in money. That's just my
exactly
opinion.
right.
But
Naomi should have been a part of the bloodline. End of discussion.
It's like, and off the top, hold on.
Go, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut you off, Tony. Go ahead. Sorry.
But it's like off the strength of like who's expendable is Naomi. But if you want to say, if you want money, I can't do it. She makes me way too much money. It's Sasha. But like I told Drew a few days ago, or like a week or so ago, Sasha gonna go to AEW. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm not signing Sasha Banks. Why? Because Sasha goes to AEW. We see how they do women in AEW. You really think Sasha's gonna play second fiddle to Britt Baker? Hold on, fuck with me now. Watch where I go with this real quick.
No.
Then you gonna put her on. Then they gonna put her on Rampage for a while. Then you gonna put her on Dark. You really think Sasha Banks is gonna want to play second fiddle to anybody on that roster? Big bro, wait, hold on, I'm about to go.
Sasha,
hold on,
hurry up.
Now, when you do that, do you want her?
I'm trying to make a transition on AEW.
I know.
Keep talking.
Wait, no, I'm just saying. Then you get her in there, and then she leaves. She gets mad and leaves. You really want to sign that? You're not sure she's gonna get pissed off and leave? She did the same shit in WWE for the same fucking reason. So
I agree with you. Sasha
that had to make that point before I forgot. But go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Sasha, because we're transitioning to AEW. Sasha on AEW is not a good fit because they already got a Jade. They already got
we just signed Athena
and they listen, but Ember Moon right now is going against the Jade faction. The point I'm making is,
the bad.
They already got a bunch of nasty acting black women up there. What we gonna add another one by putting Sasha? And first, just make sure everybody clear. I'm not downplaying the baddies. I'm saying that attitude that Sasha has is already being done by 3 women at once. You feel me? Like adding her to the situation.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the funniest part about this is, right, they're just gonna make her have a faction anyway. They're just gonna make her have a faction anyway. Because guess what? AEW is full of factions right now.
Factions.
They're just
Factions.
And I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying the fact that, excuse me, that bothers me is that I don't like them making people on the internet, the people, the rest of, not all the rest of the community, majority of the rest of the community, making Naomi look like an idiot. You really think Naomi is that person? Like, all right, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm gonna walk on my homie. Now, let's be real. If we a group and one of us have a fallout, yes, I'm not gonna just storm out by yourself.
We're gonna talk about fallouts in a minute.
So I'm not. If me and Josh, if we're a team and we all go in the locker, go in and talk to the boss, and one of us say, yeah, I'm leaving. Of course we all gonna leave. We may not agree. We're not gonna be like, no, we just gonna let the one person leave. We're gonna leave as a unit. Then we're gonna talk about this shit afterward, like what we doing. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, of course you're gonna leave with your friend. I just can't stay while you leave. I gotta go with you. We're a team. But then you gotta talk about it. But I'm saying like some had to leave. Naomi probably already had to have these feelings anyway before she was like, yo, this ain't, yeah, you right, this ain't right. Then she's like, all right, fuck, we gonna leave.
She's probably tired of it. She's probably tired of them not getting her gas.
Tired, man.
I understand.
That's been the key word a lot in the industry because in AEW land.
Talking about tired? Talking about being tired of it?
People being tired.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy.
Talk about it,
Bryson.
Let me tell y'all something. This man right here, Jay Wade, Joffrey, this man don't say nothing about no AEW. What happened this past Wednesday got this man look on some AEW.
Yo, listen here, boy. My boy.
Our group chat was on some shit because Marcus hit the chat like, what the fuck? Because I didn't watch it. I had to go back and rewind and watch. I'm like, what the hell happened?
He going ballistic on Tony Khan. He called him a mark. He's like, you fucking mark. Like he's going.
He called him a cunt too.
He called him a cunt. He called him a fucking mark. He called him a lot. Mind you, the executive for Warner Brothers are in the arena.
But like I said, they
censored it. They censored it though. So hang
on. For people that don't know what's going on, MJF did his version of a pipe bomb in front of the executives at the June 1st show of AEW. So this actually goes back a couple months back where MJF was voicing his frustrations towards how he feels in the back. Now, I found a picture of it and I showed it to the group in our chat. And CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Aleister Black, aka Malachi Black, Mark Henry, Adam Cole, and there's one more person are making more money than MJF. And when MJF is coming from, it makes sense because I'm going out here busting my ass, being one of the originals that came on when the show started.
Right.
And I'm not making top dollar. I have a problem with that. So he's gone back and forth with Tony about, his pay raise and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's being denied or Tony not giving the money, but, MJF has been feeling the type of way. So then at Double or Nothing, he got squashed. Like he got body.
CM Punk, Malachi Black, Mark Henry, they're all WWE guys. Bryan Danielson, Christian,
that's the other one I'm forgetting.
Yep.
So I told y'all this. The only people on that list that deserve more money than him are Punk, Bryan, and Henry. Now I say Punk and Bryan because those are veterans. Those are people that you can have backstage to help train. Mark Henry is
Show still there? Huh? Is Show still there?
Show is still there. But Henry is your scouter. He's also a trainer, but he's also your scouter. So he deserves a little bit more pay. I don't see Christian, Malachi, or Adam Cole making more money than MJF. That's what kind of I can see where he's getting the frustration from.
Right.
The annoying part about this is when you talk about him being the original in that company, I thought that he was automatically getting paid way more. When I seen that list, I was like, why? For one, why is Malachi on there at this point? And he made a very valid statement. Was the fact he was like, would you pay me more if I was one of these ex WWE guys?
But see, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about the mystique of WWE. Once you're in WWE, you gotta like I'm at this level. I'm superior. I'm better than anybody. I'm the top tier. Even if you're what's my man name? Zack Ryder. What's his name?
Oh, Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona. He was WWE. He was never that guy, but he was never that guy. But now look at him.
He was a fan favorite for sure.
Fan favorite now. Now it's like, say, if I leave WWE, I want this kind of money. Like I was in WWE. Hell, I was a 2-time Intercontinental champion. I want this kind of money. I deserve this. I'm from WWE. Like you riding out there, I'm from WWE. You riding me. So
no. But I believe the I'm sorry. I believe the problem, I think the thing is that I believe that Tony Khan did not believe in his team enough. I don't think he believed in his group of talent enough to get the big bucks. So he had to get the WWE talent to give you something to look at.
But here's something that bothers me, Joffrey, is the fact of the matter is that once Cody left, that left a void to be filled for his position. So Tony Khan had no choice but to step into that position, which I still believe that they should have found somebody. You do have the people, like you said, you get the big shows, you got your Real Regals, you got your Mark Henrys that can, that one person can't fill it, but those 3 people should be good enough to fill that Cody spot for your backstage.
Now, let me ask you this: what was it? Because I don't truly know, but for everybody, what exactly was Tony doing that was such a major hole to fill?
Nothing.
He was one of the executive vice presidents of the company.
So he was trying to be like a Triple H.
Yeah, he was backstage booking and in the chair.
But he was a player coach though.
Yes, and he was a wrestler.
You can find anybody to be the coach. You have plenty of players.
Exactly. Again, like you said, you got Big Show, you got Mark Henry.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. As I'm saying, like Regal, Show, Henry, like these guys have been in the game 20 plus years. They know the ins and outs of the business. They've seen the ups and the downs. Why would you not trust them to take care of your talent? And like they've seen the good and the bad come in and out the door.
And then you got an OG on commentary. You got JR, who was like a wrestling.
But see, here's the thing about contracts. Their contract ain't like MJF.
MJF has mentioned his contract up is 2 years unless something happens.
See, here's my thing about the MJF thing. Because I put it in the chat. Him and Tony talked after the whole thing. So
So by the way, so to get more background on it, the day before the show, he no-showed a fan meet and greet. Then he arrived late to the arena. Mm-hmm. He got squashed, and as soon as the match was over, he left to go have a talk with Tony Khan about the situation. And then the pipe bomb happened.
So, and then when they cut the camera off, Punk comes out. So I'm thinking, I'm still gonna say,
by the way, Punk came out with one boot on. That man was unlacing his boots in the back. He's hobbling down, trying to catch MJF.
He was sent down there. He wasn't going on his own. He had no reason to go on his own. Continue.
And my thing, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
But why would you not send the ultimate? You send CM Punk, who did this WWE. I feel like they sent Punk down there because they knew that Punk could talk to him a way like nobody else could talk to him, because you're talking to CM Punk.
But here's something that the Wrestle Talk people talked about, and I do agree with this, that if MJF does stay in AEW, he will be the one to take the title out of Punk because now Punk is in the shoes that Cena was in.
Yeah.
He gave the pipe bomb.
That's a fact.
My thing is this. When people are, oh, he said WWE's name. Dude, go back to 2000 and what? 13, 14?
Yeah.
When he was sitting on the stage, like, yo, I'll take this WWE, I'll win the WWE title, and I'll go defend in the Ring of Honor. Hey, Cole Cabana, I'm breaking the fourth wall. So people was shitting bricks. He said, oh, MJ, I'll go to WWE. Oh, do you really think?
He got it. I mean, we all know he got his bullet points for CM Punk's pipe bombs going out, but he's not obviously. But CM Punk's the first
let me say this because if there was anything real in what he said, is what he was talking about the fans. He said, "You fans, wrestling fans as a whole, don't have an opinion. Y'all go online, y'all talk shit like y'all know something, but we, us, even us here." We're not the wrestlers at the end of the day. We're not the ones putting the boots on. We're not the ones who got to take these pay cuts, this, that, having to get back in the line for somebody else or another company coming in. We're not in those shoes. And when our opinions are right, we want to act like we big shit. We're not. MJF is right. We are just people with very shitty opinions that don't matter to nothing.
True.
At the end of the day, yeah. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do regardless.
Yeah,
guess what? We went from booing him to loving him.
And he said the exact same thing. He said, you guys were booing me last Sunday. Now y'all want to cheer for me now that I'm standing up for myself? Y'all can't make up your damn minds. Wrestling fans cannot make up their minds of what they want.
But it takes that though. It takes for a wrestler to snap on us to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we get it now. Like,
but here's the thing about it, though. This is the crazy part. This is the crazy part about it. But we, as the fans, all say that, just using Vince as an example, Vince will know what he's doing. They need to listen to the people. But then MJF says the people don't even know what they want.
Right.
So guess who has to give you what you to show you and tell you what you want? The Vinces of the world. You see how it's all one circle of bull?
Yeah.
So, the thing is, this is me, my personal opinion. You can take it or leave it. I want to see the real. Bryson knows that I'm about the mic skills, about the entertainment. Bryson's about the in-ring wrestling ability. I believe that they both come together and create this storm of greatness when you do it right. The Miz's of the world, the Romans of the world. Who else is greater than mine? The Stone Colds, the Rocks. Like when you can make me believe that you are this person in real life, that you can make me gravitate to you. Your charisma, rather be heel or face, your charisma draws me in because I feel like this is who you are and you're speaking real. Like the fourth wall gets broken so much nowadays that the people, the particular people that do it, it's like, yo, that's crazy, that's fire, I want that. But those who can't break the fourth wall properly, and they look like cheesy trash. Hence, when Drew McIntyre was talking about weed on SmackDown a few weeks ago, I was like, bro, you don't know nothing about that. Shut up. Because when he was up there with Randy and Matt Riddle, and it was like, it's a such and such situation, I'm like, trash. I don't believe you. That's cheese. I don't believe you, bro. Like, don't ever say that again in your life. And for me, that gets a boo from me because that's fake. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't do nothing fake to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, MJF talks his trash, whether it was his past show or any other time, I like it because he's speaking on some, like, his heel work is A1.
Like, bro, he made fucking Brian Pillman Jr.'s sister go into labor.
Bro, like the stuff he be saying, it's like he's constantly knocking on that wall, like, hey, you got one more time, I'm gonna break this sucker and I'm gonna talk trash
Not
about
even
everybody.
that, bro. He's that dude when he's legit the personification of don't go poke the bear. he
That-
goes
right.
pokes the bear,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
nothing happens to him.
And CM Punk was the same way all throughout his career. That's my point. Like, we gravitate to the real. And a lot of these guys in a joint, they doing works that are purely fake, and nobody cares about it. I'll even give the New Day credit, because the New Day be breaking that wall talking. They be talking all the time. They talking about anime. They talking about all type of stuff that we love in real life, and that's how we gravitate towards them, because they actually live the life they talking about.
Marcus.
We all know this man. This man does up, up, down, down. Marcus gonna keep holding that finger up until I'm done talking.
I'm trying to get with the floor, man. Let her have the floor, man.
I'm just saying, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, when we believe you in real life, we'll believe you on that screen. I believe in Xavier Woods because he actually lives it. He has a whole YouTube channel about the stuff that he does in the ring.
Yep.
Because he does it in real life. That's my point. That's my point. And I'm not saying you guys do everything. Honestly, you guys do everything in real life. I'm just saying you have to want me to believe you. You have to make me believe you. And if you can't make me believe you, it's cheese. Go ahead, Mark. I'm done talking.
I was just gonna let you know, but respectfully, that's a fact. So since we found out that he's released, he's
but not 100% sure
he ain't going nowhere.
His name got taken down off of the website. His name,
Tony Khan would be stupid to let MJF go.
Is not on the website. And
okay,
that part may be a work.
Dumbest move.
That may be a work. So, that part right there may be a work, because they're probably in the background trying. Let's do this.
Here's something that I thought about this, and I'm like, they can't be this damn smart. But if TK and MJF are looking at WWE with the Sasha and Naomi situation, what makes you think they're not poking and jabbing at them with this situation that's going on right now?
I was just about to get to that.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Interesting.
You might as well keep going, Bryce.
I just sat there and thought about, like, what MJF is saying is real. Like, there are wrestlers that have frustrations. And what if they're just using MJF as a way to show the frustration? Now, if this is a way, because we know TK, he loves to take jabs to WWE when he sees it. But if this is a jab to WWE with their situation at the expense of MJF, we just got fucked big time by this whole thing.
You know what would have been really bad? If MJF would have said Sasha and Naomi's name. He said, I'll pull a Sasha and Naomi and walk out this bitch. If he would have said, I'm like, yo.
Bo, do you not see what this motherfucker did?
That might be real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, me? You see what I'm saying?
That might be real.
Like, that motherfucker hopped the... Bro, let me tell you how, bro, he said what he said. Punk chasing down him with one boot. He hopped the barricade. Security, fans, everybody trying to catch his man. Nick trying to follow him, and Nick got a match to go on to.
Nick got to hurry up and get to the back because his match is on next for real. Like,
I just feel like with this situation, before we switch gears, I just feel like it's real. I like when wrestling goes this direction because we don't know. Because like I said, for one, you got to be stupid to let MJF go. You got to be dumb as hell. Because like we said, I don't think MJF can do what he's doing in WWE. It's not gonna work. Vince McMahon is not gonna give you. They got Make-A-Wish. They got all these sponsors.
No. It was made very clear that he's never going to WWE.
Yeah, he said that he's not going at all.
No, it's not even that. Just his whole demeanor and how he acted.
No,
it's not happening.
Dude,
it's not happening.
You really think they gonna let that? I sent the Heat Wave 97 in our chat with the Dudley. You think they gonna let the Dudley boys do that in 98? They weren't gonna let the Dudleys do that. You think they gonna let MJF go out talking?
Do you remember what Bubba Ray did to Trish on the turnbuckle? He not letting that happen again.
David, are you what you talking?
Dude, he had him like this, and he was like this, and it bothered him. They ain't letting that do that again.
Dude, MJF. What's
he had to pick that one moment. He could have picked any other.
It's the first thing he said Dudley. That's the first thing I thought of.
He picked Trish Stratus out of all the women he powerbombed.
Right, but I'm saying that's if I remember correctly, that's the story I'm thinking about because his face was deep in, and I'm like,
knee deep, face deep.
I'm like, they're not going to let you do that again, bro.
They're not. And MJF, he's that 24/7. Like he does not break character. So you want a little kid going up to him at Cracker Barrel? Hey MJF, screw you. But these pancakes though, you don't want that.
He's definitely. I've definitely not seen him break character. I'm like,
it even got to the point his own parents go to the show saying, "Yeah, we hate our son too." They bring signs saying, "Yes, we hate our son too."
Which is a work because if you didn't hate him, you wouldn't be there.
But what's
if you
crazy,
hate him for it, you wouldn't be there.
And just talking about how MJF, how good he is, he's a heel. And remember, he's from Long Island, New York. And when they do their New York shows, it's like we're in the Twilight Zone. He walks in a heel, but he's the hero.
He's the hero.
He's legit the Thanos of AEW.
Now, let me ask you this, Bryson, because you are the in-ring guy. Does his in-ring ability match his mic skills?
I'm going to say you this right now.
I'm going to tell you. Go ahead. I'm going to let you finish, and then I'm going to tell you what I just saw.
At first, when I seen him wrestle, I'm like, I don't like his style. But when I saw that Darby Allin versus MJF match, that match was what sold me how good of a wrestler he is.
Now,
that shit, because he's a very good technical style, methodical wrestler. So let me break it down for you. The entire build.
So you saying he's old school heel wrestler?
He's very old school. He told Darby Allin, he said, Darby, I'm gonna beat you with a side headlock takedown and get a 1, 2, 3. He kept saying that. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, yeah, whatever, he gonna try to do it. But every time he kept doing it and doing it and doing it, he get closer.
He was wearing him down. He was wearing him down.
He got closer. When I say methodical, when you have an injury somewhere on your body, that's what he's gonna target. All right. That's why I say he's very old school. Darby hurt his arm. His submission is an arm bar. He gonna get you wear that arm down.
The best technical guys in the ring, they do that.
And then at the end of the match, he did cheat. He hit him in the head. Guess what he beat him with? That side head on takedown.
listen. The reason I asked you this is because who's it? Wardlow. He's about
Wardlow.
I didn't like
him, aka Goldberg Light.
Right, Goldberg Light. Now listen. I don't like you already know. I don't watch a lot of AEW, so I don't catch all his matches. But I did catch that one when you sent the link. Okay, here's the thing. I don't like how he was selling that power bomb. It was very Cena-esque, and I did not like that. You're trying to catch the mat with your elbows. No, because what it is, you're not helping your opponent. You're not making him look strong at all. He came down all fluffy like and hit the elbows. I'm like, bro, what is this? This is some Cena stuff. What?
But
smack that mat more.
But Joffrey, what if that was part of the plan?
Elaborate.
You got to think about what's going on right now. What if it was his intention to take those power bombs like that? In your eyes, he's not selling well. Okay. But what if that was the intention? To get you to think like, I'm purposely selling these power bombs to not make him look good. Even though I got squashed, I took 10 power bombs. Were they 10 good power bombs?
I hear you. But the man's meat was all the way in his mouth, bro. Like he had fully. Listen. I know that sounds crazy. Listen, hear me out. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Every time we picked him up, this man was fully bent over his whole body. He was in it. That if it was Batista, you're going through the mat. That's full body motion. Yee! Like, come on, dog. Are you serious right now? No. You do not. I don't care if you about to quit on the team. You do not make your opponent look trash, bro. You made him look weak.
I do not see now.
Wardlow is if he is Brock light, Brock heavy, never loses power. So why should he?
I'm legit mad right now because that's the only MJF match you've seen. There's been other good matches that he's had.
I didn't appreciate.
Okay,
and every time he did a power bomb, it was the same thing every single time. And I don't appreciate that. If you're gonna do I don't care who does a power bomb, you sell it for your opponent because the people want to see a real power bomb. You don't want to see you get put down. What is that? That's why I don't like Cena because he don't have to sell nothing.
Joffrey, I hate to be that person.
Bro, what?
You one of the people that you're talking about, bro. You one of those people. You one of those.
And what is that? And what is that?
Your opinion, bro. Your opinion, bro.
But it's come on, dog. If you're gonna sell a
we gotta switch gears. Brother,
I hear you, but give me a second. If you're gonna sell a good match, you know how it's supposed to go, Bryson. You know how it's supposed to go.
I know.
So to me, you're not selling for the person in the ring.
At least it's better than what Austin Aries did with John.
We're not talking about that. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. We're gonna switch gears. You got it.
At least it's better than what Austin Aries did.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
So to end this situation, we just got a very different NJF, and I feel like this is going to spark something in AEW that needed to be sparked since Cody leaving.
The women should have done it first.
Yeah, so that's a fact. That's a Snapple top fact. So at this time, we about to see what happens with AEW now, because one of your top stars that is upset.
What bothers me, and this is changing gears, and this also involves MGL. It's crazy to think that this man, MJF, was the first person to say there are 4 pillars in AEW. MJF, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin.
Facts.
And you're about to lose one of those pillars that you built this company around.
And which is crazy.
The fans hate Sammy.
They hate him.
And
hate Sammy.
And what's crazy is out of you brought in all these WWE people and they're still not the face of the brand.
That's crazy.
And you're paying them more than you're paying your pillars.
You know what? Before we go, see, only reason Tony Khan signed all these WWE guys to draw eyes in. And these are WWE names, right. People are going to know these guys, so they're going to watch more. But ratings say otherwise. But let's switch gears.
And he probably had to pay them. He probably had to pay them in order for them to even get them there. So
again, the only two people, being honest, only 2 people on that list I would have paid that money were Punk and Bryan.
Wait, what about Jericho?
Jericho was one of the people that helped find the company.
He was one of the creators.
Like when he left WWE to go do his thing in New Japan, he was always talking to Kenny and the Bucks, and he was one of the first WWE stars to help. But he was a WWE star that was actually helping build the company.
Right. He was one of the originals to actually create. I don't think MJF's going to really say anything bad about Chris Jericho on that level.
Mm-hmm. No, Jericho. If anything, Jericho helped him.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's going to do that. Because remember, if I remember correctly, MJF was with Jericho in the beginning.
Yeah, he was. He was part of his group, and then he defected.
Right, because he was time for him to do his own thing, which was a good move. It was a good move. Because MJF definitely soared the moment he left was Inner Circle.
Inner Circle, yes.
Yeah. So once he left, he definitely did his thing, and that allowed him to be one of those pillars.
Next top, yep.
So, got some new members.
Why do we keep fucking adding people, bro?
Yeah, because we're the NWO and it's too sweet.
Oh my god.
But see, no, here's the thing though.
Where the fucking Wu-Tang of wrestling? Where the Wu-Tang of wrestling?
Hold on. Who's Inspector Deck then? If the Bullet Club is a Wu-Tang of wrestling, who's who?
Either AJ or Finn.
Nah.
Okay, AJ no. Finn is Inspector Deck. Tama Tonga is Ghostface.
Okay.
All right.
Tonga Loa is Raekwon.
Okay.
Carl Anderson is RZA.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Doc.
I like how we just like it's getting like kind of iffy the more we go.
Okay, so it's Dr. Jizza?
I was gonna say Jizza, but now the way you're making it seem,
I'm asking because I'm waiting for Meth to pull up.
I feel like Bad Luck Fale is Method. I feel like he's Method Man. I feel like he's Meth because
I'll give you Meth.
Like if we no, I feel like AJ is Meth.
Who the fuck is Old Dirty Bastard?
Tokyo Pimp.
I ain't nothing else to say.
Am I lying?
I ain't got nothing else to say.
Would you rather me say Bone Soldier?
Hell no, Bone Soldier come in the 2000s.
I'm just saying, we gotta keep it a beat.
But for most people that don't know, again, being the guy that keeps away everything outside WWE, the I'm not gonna say Cruiserweight Classic. Holy shit! The best of Super Junior just concluded. Congratulations to Hiromu Tanahashi for his third best of Super Juniors win. He will not go on to challenge for the title. Mm-hmm. After the conclusion of the tournament, we got news that El Fantasma will be moving up to the heavyweight division. And Ace Austin, Impact's X Division champion, Ace Austin, is now Bullet Club. What in the fuck type of shit?
Okay, I was gonna say this before we went left. The thing I like about Bullet Club is when they lose members, they add people. So now that they got a lot of people, they boot out people and they replace them. So it's always fresh.
I just feel like this is more of like, I hate to say this because I don't like this idea. It's going to be New Japan Bullet Club, and you're going to have your United States Bullet Club.
I really don't have an issue with that. Just everything like a bunch
I don't either. Go ahead, Marcus, because you've been raising your hand.
Go ahead, Marcus.
So the reason why I have a weird issue with this, and you meet what Cap said, booting people out, I feel as though this is what Bryce is trying, what I'm getting from it is there definitely is going to be a very big separation in the Bullet Club now, especially now that you have one of the two main people in WWE now, which is Finn and AJ, and now you're starting a fake club in WWE. So it's kind of weird now adding a new member on top of that because of the fact half of your OGs are gone. One, I know there's such thing as fresh blood, but I kind of feel like now they're really trying to do an NWO situation where you had Wolfpack and then you had the originals. And it's kind of like starting to blow me because I like the original, but then new is always better, but it's not always better. You know what I'm saying? It's not always a good thing. So at this moment, I feel like if you're gonna, the way I see this happening is definitely
there are 17 members currently in Bullet Club.
Sheesh. Go ahead, Mark.
17?
There are 17 members. Ace Austin is member number 17 because he just joined.
Time out. What?
I'm gonna read you the list.
Okay, all right. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you before you do this. Is this New Japan Impact?
This is everybody. This is Bullet Club right as of right now.
Currently active DC.
Currently active.
All right.
Bad Luck Fale,
OG,
Chase Owens, Chris Bay, Dick Togo, Doc Gallows, El Fantasma, Evil, Ghetto, Hikuleo, Jay White, Juice Robinson, Carl Anderson, Kenta, Sho, Kaji Ichimori, Yujiro Takahashi, and now Ace Austin.
Why does the Bullet Club look bigger? And it's only 7 members, my guy. Like,
Remember, we added Juice Robinson last month.
Right. And Bay was added what? Like 3-4 months ago?
And Chris was added at the beginning of the year. Chris Bay was joined in July of last year.
Because Jay White brought him in. Yeah. Okay, so, all right. See,
also, it's crazy to think that Hikuleo is still Bullet Club, but they kicked out his two brothers.
See, the thing I have an issue about this, I have an issue with, and I don't have an issue with the Bullet Club being the Bullet Club. Currently, as constructed, I don't like the Bullet Club, personally. Except for the OGs, who's Fale, Doc, you know what I'm saying, Carl. So I personally, who?
Tama.
Tama was the OG Bullet Club.
No, current. So Tama is still current. It's still BC.
No, he's not current no more. I'm saying you said OG. When you say OG,
I'm saying the current. The current ones that are still there are the ones that I mentioned. My thing about it is, and I understand the structure of the group is whoever's on top, whoever is the leader, who is Jay White, whoever's the leader they gonna bring in whoever they want to bring in. So every time BC gets a new leader, the whole thing shifts into this different monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is who they've shifted it to. I don't like any of them for the most part. Now I'm not saying they're all bad or anything. I just personally I like how it was. I feel like it's gotten watered down in a sense. I know that makes sense, but I feel like it's become this it's
NWO 2000.
When back in the day it was like these are the guys that if you unleash them on any company right now, they're going to destroy everybody.
See,
that's how it was originally structured. Now it's like, it's like the 47th member of NWO. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's wearing black and red just because. I don't like that.
See, I think follow what you're saying. This seems like NWO 2000. Because back in the day, NWO was like scary good. And once Finn left, AJ came in, it was a good run because Finn took us somewhere, but he capped too early. Then AJ came in and they peaked, then they just took off.
Right.
Then when he left, Kenny took over. Like, yeah, Bullet Club. Then the Elite. Now we got this sub.
I said, Kenny in the Bucks marketed.
That's how I was about to say that. They brought in the flash.
People
they brought
don't.
In the flare.
Finn started it. AJ popularized it. Kenny marketed it. Jay is expanding it.
But see, I think after the Kenny situation, after it was Bullet Club versus Firing Squad, that's when the Bullet Club should have just stopped. Because there's no further you can go after that. So now you're just profiting off the name.
Right, because once Firing Squad came in, it was like, okay, what are we doing here? Like you're really destroying the Bullet Club right now.
And it's like,
and it hasn't been right. It hasn't been right since. It has not been right since.
It's kind of like the Temptations and the New Temptations. Y'all remember that shit? Back in the day, they had the New Temptations. And everybody was rocking with it for a little bit, then they died off, the thing didn't last long.
Because if it ain't Otis, who nobody came to see, it ain't right.
Fucking wrong for that.
It's not right without Otis, and nobody came to see him.
If Otis not there, bye.
If it ain't no David, what we talking about?
So I have how we looking on time, bro. I know we probably done ran time.
Boy, we been over time.
Man, you ain't tell me.
Because we used to change topics. We do this shit live.
So I have a question for y'all real quick.
All right.
So if this ever happens, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but if AJ and Finn decide to leave WWE, do you think that they will try to come back and try to recreate, get all the OGs back together and try to like bring some type of structure back to the Bullet Club as
in theory, that sounds amazing.
The name Finn Balor and the name AJ Styles, I think Tony told me this. They don't need Bullet Club. Bullet Club needs them.
Exactly.
AJ, Finn, Tonga.
That's it.
Tama and Tonga joined Chaos.
The boy
See,
who?
it would have to get to the.
So once they got kicked out, they joined Chaos, and Chaos is owned by Okada's group.
Right. So, but hypothetically, that's no longer a situation. Those four would have to go against Jay White, Fale, Carl, and Doc for control of the Bullet Club.
That would be.
But again,
this excludes Kenny and the Bucks.
Hold that. Time out. Before we go, wait, Bryce.
Big.
Let's hold that for next time. That's a whole nother booking thing we can do. Let's hold that though.
Okay.
Cause I can see we can go somewhere with that.
Sorry, Marcus.
Go ahead, Mark.
He's gonna try to expand. It's over, bro. Cut it. It's over.
We got y'all.
Marcus, bring us home.
We got y'all next time.
Bring us home.
It's over.
Home.
All right, so I'm gonna end this off like this then. So Bray put out a tweet stating that it's almost time. So we all know what that means. So where do you think
that man movie coming out next month?
Fact.
That man about to have JoJo about to have a second baby. That's what that means. It's almost time.
Let me tell you something.
So,
if this man, let me get focused. Let me take these off real quick. Let me get focused.
It is a fact.
Zoom
a
the
fact.
camera in. Turn the lights off. We need to see your face clearly.
Let me say this.
It is a fact, y'all.
If this man Bray Wyatt goes back to WWE, he's lost his fucking mind. I know MJSA fans don't know what we talking about, but bro,
he's not going
they
back.
Fired you, and you go back knowingly you got issues with Vince. You're fucking crazy.
The only way he's coming back is if he goes after Roman for the unified championship and takes it off his belt. That's the only way he's coming back.
That motherfucker gets squashed.
That's
Dude,
it.
if Bray Wyatt comes back to WWE under any circumstances,
Bray will get squashed.
crazy. What you say?
No, I said Bray will get squashed because Bray will be going against the Bloodline by himself.
Facts. But then, okay.
Because there's other guys out there that's controlling their own narrative.
That's a fact.
I think you did there.
I feel like Tony Khan is going to try to pull.
He can't afford him, bro. That's too much.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I feel like he's going to try to pull some real slick stuff and try to get him. The only reason why I see this as it happening, if he brings in the Fiend character to go up against House of Black, because I feel like Bray Wyatt would even try to do that because we all know that Bray's a big horror person. We all know that. So I feel like he will really try to put him in House of Black. Like he will give Bray his own faction and put them as him and Malachi as who's this big dark leader, whatever situation that it is. But I feel like Bray and AEW or just in Impact, in a small company will really do hella damage.
Understood. And I respect what you're saying. But at the same time, respectfully, Bray going just use AEW. Bray going in AEW just to mess with the House of Black? No.
But then
he's too big for that.
But then again,
I feel you, but he's too big. He's too big.
No. I'm just saying. It goes back to what MJF is saying. You bring Bray in,
and that's another WWE guy.
You just keep proving MJF right every time you do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Bray's gonna bring in ratings, money,
now,
enticement.
Now, if Bray goes to ROH,
he need to go to Impact. He get more freedom.
Or Impact. This is true. Marcus said it before. But you're right, Marcus. If you went to Impact, that would breach some cheddar. Now the only thing about that is, them BC boys is in Impact right now, and they are the top dogs in a sense.
Yeah.
So if they don't go along with the show, then what? What's Bray? I mean, I'm saying like, if Bray goes to Impact, he has to go after who?
Who is that champion right now?
I don't know. We got to wrap it up.
It's he was fucking Ethan Page's partner, Josh something.
Yeah.
Somebody weak compared to Bray.
Yes.
Yep. So how we wrapping it up tonight, y'all?
Last thing I'm gonna say on that same topic: if Bray goes in here after a weak body, no one's going to be able to beat Bray. Not even Jay White, and that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Even though everybody's saying that Jay White took Bray's finisher.
The Blade Runner is the cooler version of
Bray would kill him. Bray would kill him with that.
Yep.
That motherfucker said the Blade Runner is a cooler version of
boy. Boy.
That's another topic of discussion, people. This has been Bill with the Boys. That's the Captain Tony. That's the Rookie Market.
Oh yeah. I said it. We had to be.